Hey, what's up everybody? Today I'm going to do just a quick pickups video of the stuff I've gotten in the past week and a half or 2 weeks or so. And it's not really that much stuff. I went out a bunch of times to find stuff, but I didn't find anything on my list, which is becoming increasingly difficult to find stuff on. But yeah, I only picked up a few things, but first thing I got here is, I don't know if you can't really see that game. It's SNK vs. Capcom Card Fighters DS, which is a game that I haven't actually played it yet, but I really liked the first one on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, which, I don't know, I've spent a ton of time playing that game. And when I found out that there was a DS version, I went out and found it, and it wasn't expensive, and the reviews for it are all terrible. But I don't know. It's if it's anything like the Neo Geo Pocket Color one, I'm gonna really enjoy it, even if the entire thing is terrible. But yeah, I found this, which was a win for me, I guess, and probably for nobody else. Let's see, I've got, so that was my 1DS game, which is, even 1DS game is rare for me. I almost never buy DS games. But, recently I've been picking some up, which is strange. But, next, we've got 2 PSP games. And, the first one here is Goku Makaimura Kai, which is, better known as Ghosts and Goblins, or Ghouls and Ghosts. I'm not sure. Ghosts and Goblins? I'll go with that one for now. Yeah, this one is a special one, though. This one was actually only released in Japan. It's different from the one that got a US release, in that, this little mark here, this little red thing, the Kai there, means revision. And the revision is that, like, they redid the entire game so that you can play it through differently. They took up care of a bunch of complaints people had about the original Ultimate Ghouls and Ghosts? Ghosts and Goblins? I don't know. Yeah, I haven't actually played any games in this series since the Super Nintendo. And I mostly played the one on the Nintendo, so we're talking like 20 years ago, and I haven't really played that much since then. But I really wanted to get this because it looks good, and I've read some pretty good reviews about it, so could be good. Could be not. I don't know. Probably is good, though. And the second PSP game is something like you'd probably be surprised that you don't have already, because it's kind of the must-have game for the PSP, but it's Persona 3. And Persona 3, the reason I didn't have it already is because I was playing through Persona 1 and 2 on the PSP. And now that I finished those, I figure pick up Persona 3 and do that. So as soon as I finish Devil Survivor 2 on the DS, I'll move on to Persona 3. And I haven't played it. I haven't played it on the PS2 either, but should be good if it's, it's Persona. I like the other Persona games, so Persona 3 should be no different. And let's see, moving on. I got one game for the PS3, and this one is, the name in Japanese is really long. It's, Mugen Kairo Hikari to Kage no Hako, which is meaningless to probably all of you, but it's actually Echochrome 2. And Echochrome 2, I think, is a download only release in not Japan. I think it's only released on PSN for $15, which is an important part of why I have this. In Japan, it was released only on disc, and of course it's released on disc as a full game, which it is, really. I mean, it's 100 stages, but it's released as a full game at full game price, which is the important part, because it's a $15 download from the PSN store in the US, and it's a 5,000 yen game in Japan. So not exactly a good deal. But I got this used for less than 1,000 yen, so I actually, it comes out to less than $15, which is what I would have paid on PSN, so I got a disc and Echo Chrome 2. So I can finally use my never used PlayStation Move. I only used it for Resident Evil 5. And then I got one game for the 360, which is, oh, you can't see that. It's El Shaddai. And, I know this just came out in the US, but it's been out here for months and months. And finally the price dropped to like below 2,000 yen, which was my price point to buy it. So now that it was cheap, I figure, I might as well pick it up. I don't know when I'll get around to it, but it looks great. And even if it's just like mindless button mashing, fun for me, I guess. I like those kind of games, actually. Like Devil May Cry or something. But it looks great, so I'll enjoy that, almost definitely. And the last thing I got here is actually a Super Famicom game, which was like the, I don't know, it was like a really good find for me. Yeah, you can't see that. It's a boxed and complete Chrono Trigger. And this Chrono Trigger here, I paid 250 yen for, boxed and complete, which is like $3 US. It's not, it's, you know, doesn't have quite the cult following that it in Japan that it does in the US. But it's nice to have a boxed and complete copy of the original Chrono Trigger for the Super Famicom. So, yeah, that'll do it for my pickups. Only 6 things this time. And, yeah. I think later, maybe next week, I'll put up another episode of my review series, which is Very Japanese Games. I actually wrote 2 more episodes, but I haven't filmed them yet and edited them yet. So once I get around to doing that, I'll post them up and, you know, check them out. I'm trying to introduce some Japan-only games to people, so maybe you'll get into importing or maybe find some cool games that you might not have heard about. So yeah, I'm gonna work on some retro games and some current generation games and just go with whatever I have around that I like to play and want to introduce to you guys. So yeah, that'll do it for my pickups this time, I guess. So catch you guys later.